you. Internet connection is unstable. Okay. Let's see. Now let's see HLOOKUP. So HLOOKUP is VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup and HLOOKUP stands for horizontal lookup. Although HLOOKUP is not much used, but we'll see an example. We'll not spend much time on this, but yeah, it's worth to understand. Now, I cannot even think of a very good example. So let's say I have customer name, segment, country, city, as my heading. Now I want to find out you know five, I mean top five values from my database. Okay, so let's say here my database customer name. I want this top five. Okay, so equal to h lookup. My in this case my lookup value will be customer name. Okay, this b1. My table array will be, so if you understand VLOOKUP thoroughly, now the lookup is not challenging. Okay, so you select say customer name से लेके यहाँ तक I'll select. Okay, I'll freeze my data set here also, comma 2, 0. अभी ये इसने क्या किया? So now if I customer, if I drag this, it will give me customer. So it is, yeah, when it is changing the so I need to freeze my row. And also this is giving me the reference of, so ये 2 यानी क्या कर रहा है वो, it is giving me second position का. Okay, so my customer name मेरा ये customer ID I have not taken. Customer name second position में ये, third position में we have Denise, Maria and then Ted. Okay, so now it's really cumbersome to change the every time. So what we can do, numbering आप side में कर लो and then just link it with that particular cell value. ओके, मैंने नंबर कर लिया तो ऑटोमेटिकली A3 हो गया, तो 3 में ले लिया, 4 ले लिया. और else we need to write manually, इसको 3 करना है, इसको 4 करना है, then that becomes really cumbersome at times when you have a large thing to do. This can be done in VLOOKUP as well, to make it easy. Now if I drag it, will it work or no? It will not work, right? Because of freezing. Now ये हिल गया ना, ये यहाँ से यहाँ हो गया ये से. So we need to ensure this is also my column na, एक मिनट. हाँ, column is list. Okay, now it's good. So now it's, I mean, this particular thing is not moving because I've freezed the column part. Okay, here I freezed the row part. यहाँ पे मैंने रो पार्ट फ्रीज किया क्योंकि ये मेरा लुकअप वैल्यू है. अगर मैं नीचे ड्रैग करूंगा तो वो चेंज होते जाएगा, ये होते जाएगा. आई वांट दिस टू बी कांस्टेंट, हेंस आई फ्रीज दिस पार्ट ताकि इट रिमेन B1. सब में ये B1 रहे, यहाँ पे इधर C1 रहे. ओके, क्लियर? Don't spend much time on, I mean, it's important to learn, but you get well versed when you get comfortable with VLOOKUP now. HLOOKUP will automatically you'll understand, because once you completely understand VLOOKUP, you understand what it is doing. All the only difference between both is it's vertical and horizontal. Okay, focus more on VLOOKUP, get well versed with VLOOKUP. HLOOKUP is something will come automatically in your mind. All right. Now we'll take the load. I mean, we'll see the last topic for today. How to make it little interesting. This we will do in our next session. We'll just see the chart. Okay. How to create a chart. This I'll keep mark as yellow so that I remember to take it up next time. Okay. Now, good time रही saved because of sharing violation. ओह अरे यार इसमें टैबलो में कनेक्टेड है वो. Okay. ठीक है. Let's see how to create a chart. Now we'll see some simple example of creating a chart. Now you can create a chart from your pivot also. Okay, and it's very easy. I mean, it's very easy to create a chart from pivot, but it will be a static chart. Let's say if I create a chart, पर क्यों नहीं जा रहा है ये? Pivot analyzer में इधर insert pivot analyzer में ये है chart का ऑप्शन किधर गया? हाँ, pivot chart. Okay. So this will create chart. It's very simple to create chart using pivot का option. But and it's good. I mean, when you're doing some simple analysis, your client has asked for some basic information, basics insight, you can definitely go ahead and make use of pivots and the pivot chart. But when it comes to some little bit complex things, like you want to see some dynamic charts, and we'll see an example of that. So let's keep this here. Go see, keep your cursor in your pivot, click on pivot analyzer, and then say click, let's say pie chart. Okay, so this is very short example, but now we will see how to create a dynamic chart. One small example we will take. Dynamic chart. Okay. So यहाँ पे very first thing, like there are two questions that I have to answer, right? What is my segment wise distribution? And then second is region wise performance. Means by segment. We are really getting into advanced thing now. I mean, so try to attend next session. It's going to be very interesting. Now, these are the two questions that I want to answer. Okay. Very first thing is, what is my segment wise distribution, and the next thing is we'll park it here. Okay. Now, very first thing is simple. I mean, I need the segment wise distribution. I'll just copy the information from my pivot and place it here. Okay. And I'll select it, and there's an insert and chart option. I want a pie chart. Now this is giving me a simple static chart to show the distribution, I mean segment wise, how the customer is performing. I can add labels to it. You can add data labels. You can then say if you want to see percentage, you click on the labels for format data labels, then you can change this to percentage. Value I don't want. इसको भी थोड़ा हटा देते हैं यार just. Okay. Clear so far? We created a very static chart. No, this can be achieved through pivot directly, but yeah, there is a reason we are doing it, because we want to create more dynamic dashboards, not the static dashboard. Now, the second requirement that our stakeholder has asked is region-wise performance by segment. Okay. Now, what I want is मेरे को एक drop down चाहिए यहाँ पे. ड्रॉप डाउन चाहिए रीजन का, दैट इज मेरा कंज्यूमर, कॉर्पोरेट और होम ऑफिस. और ड्रॉप डाउन में जो वैल्यू मैं सिलेक्ट करूँ उसका रीजन वाइज परफॉर्मेंस इट शुड शो इन ए बार चार्ट. ओके. नाउ विल see how to get a drop down, in our dashboard. So there is a developer tab. It may be hidden, when you in your Excel. So right click, कहाँ पे आता है ये, customize ribbon. You need to check this developer tab in case if it is not visible. Okay. So right click, customize ribbon, and then select. Currently it is checked because I have added that in my Excel. So under developer there is an option called insert form controls. Okay. And we will take, what we want is drop down. We'll take a combo box. So combo box is called a drop down. I'll select that and I'll draw a small drop down. Okay. Now this is my drop down. Currently it is empty. I mean, it is not linked to anything. Now let's see how to put values into it. What I want is consumer, corporate and home office. ये तीन value चाहिए मेरे को. I'll take it from here. I'll put it यहाँ पे. And I'll just do the numbering to it. 2 and 3. When I right click, form control, it is asking me two things. Okay, input range and cell link. Input range is the range that I want to show in my drop down, and cell link is, let's say if I give cell link is M2. Okay, I'll highlight my cell link yellow color. Now the cell link is basically, now you will see these three values because I have added a value in my drop down. Okay, corporate कर रहा हूँ तो it is giving me the position of this. The cell link is giving the position of my selection. Consumer, when I'm selecting, it is giving me 1. Home office that I'm selecting, it is giving me 3. Okay, good so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's say, now what I want is मेरा region. I need a bar chart for region and it should change based on my selection. Now let's see how we do that. Pivot slicer में I'll just change the format of this chart so that I can invalid. On the analyzer tab, click refresh. I don't know what happened. Display classic. So these are different options available. I want to get rid of the total. I'll just, so these are something which you need to learn, you play and learn things out of it. I'll take this data set and copy in my dashboard. Let's see, यहाँ पे मैं copy करता हूँ so that it is visible. Okay. इसको there is also an formulated way, but it will get confusing if I do that. Now this is the data set that I want to show in my chart. Okay, मेरे को consumer में select करूँ तो it should give me इसका chart. Okay, when I select corporate, when I drop down, it should give me chart of this. Now let's see how to do that. Okay, abhi very first thing we have done is, the very first thing we did is we dragged our combo box in our dashboard. We assigned a value to it. We have assigned a link cell. which is changing based on the position I am selecting. When I'm selecting the second position, that is corporate, it is giving 2. Now, I don't want this number. I mean, this number is not use of me. I want a value that it is selecting. So what I will do, so remember I have done a numbering here. This can act as a unique value for my data set. I'll do VLOOKUP. This is my lookup value. Freeze it, comma. This is my table array, comma 2, comma 0. Okay, simple VLOOKUP I have written. Now, if I'm changing this to 1, it is changing, right? I mean, whatever value you put, this becomes my dynamic cell. Now, when I change this to corporate, this will be corporate. When I change this to consumer, this will be my consumer. Okay. Now, let's say, 1 minute, let me just recall it. Okay. So in my chart, I want to show a region. Okay. I just put it here, central, east, west, south. Okay. यहाँ पे I will link my dynamic cell. अब ये dynamic है, I'll freeze this so that I can drag, it doesn't change. Okay. अब मैं ड्रैग कर रहा हूँ तो चेंज नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि मैंने फ्रीज कर दिया है. ओके. सो जो भी मैं सिलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, व्हाटएवर आई एम सिलेक्टिंग, दिस इज चेंजिंग, राइट? दिस इज चेंजिंग. कॉर्पोरेट, दिस इज ओके. नाउ आई नीड अ यूनिक की. इसमें मेरे को VLOOKUP करके इसमें से डेटा लेना है. ओके. So currently I cannot take it because I don't have a unique value. I'll create a key here with a combination of मेरा, this is segment and this is region. Yep, I'll give a name. I'll create a unique key with a combination of segment and region. So मैंने क्या किया, concatenate कर दिया दोनों को. Okay, ये concatenate कर दिया मैंने दोनों सेल को. Now I can use this as a lookup value. Similarly, I'll create a same key in my data set. Basically the concatenation of segment and region. Okay. Now I want sales. Up I need to use VLOOKUP, my key, that is lookup value, comma table array, and is it 1 2 3 4, comma 0. Okay. So now what I did was, using VLOOKUP, I have taken a values here. Now this is dynamic, right? This is dynamic. This is linked to the dynamic cell, and hence this my key also become dynamic. It changes based on my selection. Now whatever I change, this too will change, and it will bring the data from my small data source here based on my selection. Okay. Now all you need to do is simply link this your dynamic cell with the chart, and your chart becomes dynamic. I'll share this file with you all. Okay. Just share your email ID on the chat. I may not have it is there, but it is scattered and it's difficult to find. I'll just put that into send to back. थोड़ा छोटा करके I'll put it. Now when you change your drop down, you'll see your chart is also changing. Okay. You can add data labels. Okay. So I know it will be a little confusing. Some of you might have got it in the first time, but yeah, you need to see the video again, and you need to, and I'll share this file with you all. You just try to play with it and try to understand what I have done. But we'll see more of this in the next session. We are going to see, I will do a quick revision also, and we'll also see we'll make it more complex. We'll also add a radio buttons. We will also learn scroll bars and all those things. Okay. Any questions?
Piyush,
Yeah.
my question is not related to today's session. मैं just मुझे help चाहिए था. I'm downloading Tableau in my laptop. तो उसमें ना actually they have sent me some mails to save the attachment to verify my email ID. So after that, after saving those attachments, what needs to be done?
I don't think so. So when I installed Tableau, it did not ask me to save any document. I need to see what you're doing. We can connect offline on this.
Okay.
Who is this? Basically,
Bhushan.
Okay. So you install Tableau Public instead of Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop will be 14 days trial. Install Tableau Public.
Okay.
That is good. Well, that is free and it will never expire.
Tableau
Public. Tableau Public.
Public. Okay.
Try doing that. If that doesn't work, just we can connect. All right.
Thanks.
So on the session, we will end our session here. Okay. And we'll see some more complex things in our next session. I believe next session will be our last session, but in case if we require revision or, we may continue. I'll try to cover. There are some things which I'm going to exclude, let me just discuss. Creating maps and all those things I'm not covering, something which has, not very useful these days because we have, Tableau and all those things to do that. I think we will require 2 more sessions, we'll try to cover every topics in our next session, and then for analysis part we'll have 1 session. I'll do Pareto analysis, I'll do what if analysis. Business cases, let's see if we get time, we'll cover, but I'm expecting 2 more sessions now. Okay, we should be able to cover everything in 2 more sessions. Any questions? Anyone has any questions?
If possible, can you take tomorrow as well?
No, I'm not available tomorrow. I mean, I have some plans, and so I scheduled it today. So we can connect next Saturday or Sunday. Sorry, but next Saturday and Sunday I'm also not there. So we may need to, next weekend we may not. Let me plan it and share my plan on WhatsApp. But yeah, tomorrow I'm not there. We can definitely do it in next weekend. Okay. About this, what we have learned today is not, a very basic thing, something which is very advanced, and I would highly recommend you to, practice this. And, when we meet next, you should be well versed. What we are going to start as the dashboarding. We have already started. We saw the basic charts, but things are going to become very complex from here. And you need to be well versed with VLOOKUP and if condition to, understand further. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much all for your time.
Thank you so much, Piyush sir.
Thank you.